And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Choice Words. Choice Words is a party game. Scratch the least, match the most, win the game. It's essentially two different party games in the same box, but that's what it is. It's a party game. It can take up to 8 players. Grab your pencils, grab your minds, and here we go. Now each player is going to get some scratch paper. The game includes some scratch paper, but considering how much of it you use, probably not enough, but you can use any paper, so what does it matter? It comes with two different things here. We have match play and we have scratch play, match and scratch. So when it's your turn, you can pick one of the categories. So let's say you pick scratch play. You draw a card from here and it shows a word. So the word here is super. And you're going to start a timer that's included with the game, and each person's going to write down on a sheet of paper anything that has the word super in it. Now, I mean, the super doesn't have to be the first word, but here this person wrote superhero, super ball, superintendent, super duper, Superman, Supergirl, Superboy. So when the time runs out, then this person wrote supercharge, super clean, Superman, superhero, superconductor, supersede, and Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I mean the big game. Anyhow. When you use these, after everyone is done, you're just simply going to cross off the ones that appear in other people's lists. This is basically the same thing as categories, except here you're using words. Super, or blue, or stone, or book, or box, or see, or write. There's different words, and you can put them in there, and if there's an argument over that's not an actual thing, you basically just vote on it to see if it's allowable, and so on, and you get a point for each word you have on your list that doesn't match other people. Match play is different. In match play, there's 3 things in the cards. Guessed blank, love blank, and blank start. So here, this person wrote guest list, love nest, kickstart. This person wrote guest house, love shack, and kickstart. Here, if there was only 2 players playing, which would be a terrible thing, you need to play more people. But you get points for people that you match. So they would both get 2 points for matching the word kick. If I matched 3 people, I would get 3 points, and so on and so forth. And this is going to continue. Players are going to, when it's your turn, you can pick which box you would like to go through. And I guess I should show you a few more match play cards. Here we have fall blank, wide blank, blank cat, soda blank, give blank, blank cloth, soft blank, blank band, and blank tip. And again, you can argue over whether things can be added to the words or what words are cheap. But anyway, you keep going to get to a certain number of points. That depends on how many players are in the game. For example, in a 5-player game, the first person to 50 points is the winner. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, if you notice here, the gameplay is interesting. In one case, you're trying to match the most, in the other one, you're trying to match the least. And that's kind of the concept of the game is, hey, here you don't want to match people, here you do. The problem with the game, and that's not a horrible problem, but it's derivative. I mean, this isn't like I've never seen such things before. I've played many games before where I had to match what other people wrote. And as I said, with categories, there are many games in this category vein. This one here, simply instead of giving you a letter, gives you a word to write things with. That's not bad. That's not bad. The game plays well. But this game also then devolves into arguments, and I don't mind that in these games. Sometimes that's the fun of the game, is to sit there and go, no, super duper is not, no one says that, oh, are you kidding, I say it all the time, and this back and forth stuff, but it's kind of ambiguous, and you know, the match play part of the game I think is better because you're trying to match words, and it's just kind of a quick, it's almost like a, what's on your mind, what's on your mind, what's on your mind, what's on your mind, and that works better than the scratch play, which I've seen in at least probably 7 or 8 other party games. So I think that kind of weighs it down. This party game, do I recommend it? Well, if you see it on clearance, that would not be a bad time to get it. I don't know that I would pay full price for it because it just doesn't bring anything new to the table. And there's a plethora of party games that come out, but there are very few that are great. There are some that are good, and there's some that are decent, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get them, and that's where this one is. Not that it's a bad game. It's enjoyable to play, but it's just not anything special at this point in time, and I'm always looking for that in a party game. Something that makes you laugh, something that gets you involved, and this does a little bit of that, but probably not enough. That's choice words. Dice Tower Judgment, interesting, but derivative.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!
There.